and welcome back to the Weekly Tech Rant with me, Jay.
I'm me, Karl.
Well, we're back, episode 213, and a bit of a longer break again. I think we're kind of episodes are about 7 to 10 days at the minute, aren't we, given kind of work?
Yeah, life's got a bit hectic.
Work, and also we've got and in the coming weeks, there will be a bit of a summer break as you're on a lovely little holiday, aren't you, in the coming weeks' time?
I am, yeah, I'm off on a holiday.
On a holiday. I mean, I'm sure it's I'm not sure whether it's approved or well earned, but we'll go with it, you know.
Oh, okay, approved, eh? I'm not allowed. I didn't do my holiday form, did I?
No, not for the podcast.
Denied.
So that'll be towards the back end of August, isn't it? If I remember right.
Yeah, mid-August, I think. 15th or 16th. So yeah.
So up to that point, we'll have normal episodes, then we'll have our summer break, and then we'll be back at the start of the new school term.
Yes, exactly. All go back to school.
Crazy times. So this week, what have we got? Well, we've got a lineup for you. We've got Apple, Trump, Star Citizen. It sounds like a song, doesn't it? So yeah, we're going to talk some more changes to the App Store from the DMA, or the Digital Markets Act, which has impacted not just I guess Apple themselves, but of course it impacts Android, anybody else who's doing anything with stores. But this is Apple's changes. We're then going to talk around whether or not Siri is going to survive. I mean, it's a pretty contentious question, do you not think? Then we'll cover TikTok, Trump and TikTok. I mean, it's just a match made in heaven. Following on from that, we're going to talk about Star Citizen. Yes, Star Citizen 1.0 has never come out. If you know the game, you're thinking, "Oh God, that's been around for years." You're right. It just has never ever gone GA. Unbelievable.
I don't think it's got to beta yet.
No, it's even in its early access, isn't it? But
is
more
that
on
alpha
that
still?
More on that a bit. And also we will have Satera Rumour. We've got a little bit of a fresh bucket of rumours for you in just a while. Right then, let's kick things off then with these changes in.
But before that, I would like to take a moment to congratulate Nvidia on becoming the first company in the world to reach a 4 trillion market cap.
Yes.
I don't think they're there now anymore, but they did briefly get to 4 trillion. I think drop back down.
Just crazy money, isn't it?
Everyone wants the AI.
Well, according to my stock tracker, and now don't forget we're in the UK, so the markets haven't opened yet in the US. But my stock tracker says Nvidia 4 trillion.
Oh, they're still at 4 trillion. Okay.
But they did drop down. You're right. They were 4.002 trillion. Microsoft 4.72 trillion. Apple 3.17, Amazon 2.36, Google 2.16, and then the rest of the stocks are meaningless. $4 trillion is just bonkers.
Wowza.
I mean, those kind of numbers.
It's an extra trillion.
Well, I mean, yeah, but 3 to 4 trillion. Look how quickly they've done that.
Was it this about a year ago? Wasn't it 3 trillion for them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think like the kind of maths, because a billion is a million, isn't it?
Well, no. That's a British billion, which we no longer use. A billion is 1,000 million.
1,000 million. Okay, sorry for my incorrect.
Yeah.
So 1,000 million.
What's a trillion? Is that 1,000 billion?
Well, it's got to be, surely then.
Surely, yeah.
So
loads of money.
I was just going to say, they have jumped. They have gone. So a trillion is a million then. So yeah, must be, yeah, right. Okay. So there are 1,000 billions and a trillion. Thank you, Google. So yeah, you're right. They've gone probably in a year or less, roughly speaking, from 3 to 4 trillion. And do you remember when we crossed that barrier? I think it was Apple, wasn't it? I think it was Apple who crossed the $1 trillion mark first, didn't they?
Yeah, and the 2 trillion, I think.
And now we're on 4, and Apple are lagging way behind along.
They're still early freeze, aren't they?
Yeah, on a good day. It just is an insane amount of money, as you say. But the question I have on that, though, is how long does that sustain, given the state of play with AI,
Oh, we'll see. But yeah, we should probably crack on the rest of the show.
We should before we go down the rabbit hole.
Before we go down many rabbit holes.
Right then, let's talk about these changing App Store changes.
Oh, yes.
If you're an Apple customer in the EU, which is not us.
No, exactly. So I was sitting here trying to figure out what's actually going on, because there's a whole raft of changes.
A lot of policy changes, isn't there?
Yes, and we'll give you Apple's begrudging statement at the end. But they weren't happy. So this is all again to the EU, the Digital Markets Act. I'm going to call it the Apple Act because it only seems to affect them.
I was just going to say they're the only ones who seem to be actually getting any pain out of this, aren't they?
Yes, but okay. So they start off with basically all developers in the EU. This is going to target some policy changes. So first one, I think is definitely good. It was around the old how you can advertise stuff outside of the store. So previously, you could only have a single static URL in the app, but even restrictions on that URL, you couldn't put tracking parameters. It couldn't have redirects. It couldn't go to intermediate links. Developers could also only communicate and promote offers on their own websites. So Apple have changed all that now. So that developers, you can promote offers across all channels, not just your own websites, including external websites, other apps, alternate marketplaces in that promotion. That also includes in-app promotions using the native UI or in-app web views, rather than taking you out of the store now. No longer limited to that single static URL, so you can have multiple of them. You can have tracking parameters to redirects and all the other bits and pieces. Developers are actually freely allowed to design their interface for the links and the promotions. Wow. And obviously we have the Apple, what they called it, the disclosure sheet. The scare sheet, the one that says,
the scare sheet,
there'll be gremlins here. Don't click it. That's you can now dismiss that after the first time within the same app. So users have got the option to say, well, I don't want to see that anymore for each purchase or click, and it goes away. This is live already, apparently. So if you are a developer, you can go and take advantage of these changes now.
I mean, it's quite a raft of changes, isn't it, they brought in, really?
Yeah.
And I guess from a developer standpoint, it's going to help, isn't it, really? I mean, these aren't bad things for developers, surely, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There are new fees, though.
Okay.
So some good, some bad, I think, right? So they update their business terms as well as their policies, okay? These ones don't apply to apps distributed via alternative marketplaces, only ones distributed within Apple's App Store, okay?
I knew it was a catch.
Exactly. That's it. So what have I got here? So there's now an initial acquisition fee. It's a 2% fee on sales of digital goods and services made by new users. Okay. This applies for the first 6 months after a user first downloads from the App Store. Fee is waived for developers involved in Apple's small business program. Trying to get you in there clearly. And the fee is waived for any existing users that the developer previously acquired. Okay. So it's only on new users going forward.
Okay.
The store service fees, though. So obviously, this is what it all kicked off, wasn't it? When developers were paying 30%, weren't they, on purchases and in-app purchases? So this has changed. We now have 2 tiers. Okay, we have a tier 1, which is a 5% fee. So massive reduction from 30. So developers who opt into this can obviously list it on the App Store and use all the app distribution and delivery, the trust and safety features, and app management. But they miss out on a load of the App Store features. So if you're only paying 5%, you don't get automatic app updates, you don't get automatic downloads across devices, no App Store promotions, no search suggestions, no ratings and reviews on product listings, no inclusions of personalized recommendations, no developer marketing tools, and many more, apparently. So you're getting the bare basic of I can host my app on the Apple App Store, and that's about it for your 5% fee. If you opt for tier 2, you pay a 13% fee, and that's reduced to 10% if you're part of that small business program. Again, trying to get people to sign up for that one. You basically get all the traditional services from the App Store. Okay, so still a kind of reduction, 10% or 5% if you're in a small business. Now, if you're not in the small business because you're a large business, it's 13% or 5%. So definitely some progress from a kind of fee charging. And I kind of like the way they split it in two. If you just want to use the bare basic of deliver an app, but I don't want the faff of payment processing and all the other stuff of doing third-party stores, just pay 5%.
And I read somewhere they made a change, haven't they? Because there was that big thing about if you like making free apps in this thing, and
yes, the core technology fee.
Yeah, you get stung, wouldn't you, on that as well?
Yeah, originally. Or the core technology commission, as it's changing to. Again, for developers within the EU. Previously paid that core technology fee, which was it, 50 euro cents per install, wasn't it?
Yeah, 50 euro cents, yeah.
Yeah, per install for each annual install over $1 million, okay? So if you're on Apple standard business terms in the EU, there's that new core technology commission. And that's a per install fee But you only pay 5% commission on sales made through the in-app promotions or alternate payments. So basically, you only pay if the user is paying for something in the app.
Okay.
Is my understanding of that one. And apparently they're shifting everyone over to that come January the 1st next year. So
I guess
there's a lot going on, a lot to get your head round there. But I think there's some good wins. But Apple's statement cracks me up. They have said...
What our friends at Apple say, they go on.
They said the European Commission is requiring Apple to make a series of additional changes to the App Store. We disagree with the outcome and plan to appeal. So if you don't like the changes, blame the EU. We don't like them either, but probably for different reasons.
I like it. It's like, yeah, it's not us, it's them.
It's them. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, brilliant.
So overall, I don't know if that's good or bad for developers. I have a feeling it's better, just probably not quite what they want yet. But a lot of developers just want everything for free. So there's got to be a middle ground somewhere, because Apple do need to actually make some money out of the services they provide.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yes. But hey ho, moving swiftly on, I think, on that one to more struggles with Apple, actually.
More struggles, yeah. Siri is not in a good place. Well, at least according to Gurman, isn't he?
Exactly. I this isn't a good look for Apple, I don't think. So Apple is considering using third-party AI models from either Anthropic or OpenAI to power its revamped Siri, isn't it? So replacing its in-house AI efforts. Not a great look. No. But they are wanting to keep it private. They are saying, we want to do this, potentially, but we need it to run on our own private cloud compute infrastructure powered by the Apple Silicon stuff, not in your own DC where you've got access. Apparently, these discussions have been run by their corporate development VP, Adrian Pereca. Yeah, I mean, so when did Apple start these? This is back in a while ago for them, and it was meant to be released a while ago, and then they pushed it back to 2026, haven't they?
I was going to say, if you remember, it was WWDC last year we first got the kind of...
It was, not this year, so 2024, yep.
Yeah, where they kind of were saying what was coming down the line, and we got drip-fed bits of it, didn't we? So we got you could hand off to ChatGPT for certain things, but the full kind of Super Siri wasn't going to come for, like, say, a year or so.
I thought it was going to be early this year. We said 2025, didn't they?
Well, that's what I meant, but beyond from Dub, I mean, from 24.
Yeah.
But you're right, it hasn't arrived, and it got pushed back again, didn't it?
Pushed back to 2026, but apparently it's still in active development, but it's just not going particularly well.
No, and I think Apple's conversation with OpenAI and Anthropic clearly points to who they see in the market now as leading this, don't they? And as we've talked about before, is it better to acquire or leverage the services of than completely build? But obviously, Apple, for them, data privacy is key, isn't it? So this running
it has to be in their own private cloud infrastructure.
On the private cloud infrastructure, it's absolutely sure. It's going to come down to money ultimately, isn't it? And we know
they were saying Anthropic is the favoured one, but Anthropic apparently are seeking a multi-billion-dollar annual fee that increases sharply each year. Well, that won't be to Apple's liking.
No. And if you think of it as well, there's a real talent war going on at the minute, isn't there, with AI?
There is, yeah.
I don't want to say engineer isn't probably the right word. I'm going to say AI experts, because that probably is a little bit more all-encompassing. What we've just seen, what was it? There was a guy who was paid, was it $100 million by...
there was some crazy signing bonuses, weren't there?
I saw a meme, I think it was on like one of the socials, that had like a picture of Ronaldo, 80 million.
Yeah.
The footballer Ronaldo, 80 million, and then had this picture of this guy. I don't know where he was from, but it was like, Meta, 100 million. Like, oh my God.
That was my sign-on bonus. That wasn't even my actual pay.
It's just nuts.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Apple have been losing people to Meta, OpenAI, that kind, because they're just offering a lot higher salaries for similar roles, aren't they? I mean, they nearly lost the team behind is it the MLX framework? He nearly lost the entire team due to poor pay, apparently, and Apple had to go in and give them all pay rises to retain them.
And this is obviously off the back of, according to Gurman and others, that Tim Cook has lost confidence, hasn't he? Or lost confidence in, John Giandrea, who handed over the reins of the project to Mike Rockwell and Craig Berrini. We all know Craig. to help run this forward. And we've talked at length before of how far behind She Who Should Not Be Mentioned is, and
Yep.
when you look at the other capabilities and how we talk about how you and I use AI these days, and I use the Kaggle search engine version of it, and I've been using Perplexity, and I like talking to ChatGPT, and you can't do any of these things with Siri. You
No.
can't do it. You can't. It's just, you know, last night, we were shouting. We were shouting at the Siri last night, saying, what was it? How old is Thurman? Oh, Jesus! Why are we? It should be simple. Where ChatGPT would give you context and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Siri's like, I'll send those to your iPhone. No, that's why I'm asking you, because I haven't got my phone next
Could
to
have
me.
done it
So,
myself.
yeah, it's like, God damn it. I don't know. I suspect Apple will come out on top here. They've got more money than these companies have, at least at the minute.
Yep.
But it's whether or not they're willing to take the hit, isn't it? The problem is that they're backed into a corner here. They have to do something,
Yes.
don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, because the next week that Apple buys OpenAI or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll buy one of the big ones, but I think they'll invest in more AI, small companies and employees.
And this perhaps where the Perplexity deal may come into play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe buying Perplexity might give them a helping hand there.
Because if they were to acquire Perplexity, at least then they would be making a leap forward in terms of capability. Now, whether you could build that into She Should Not Be Mentioned, I'm not going to say yes or no. They haven't got obviously the back end power, because Perplexity uses the thing about Perplexity is that Perplexity uses different models. So at the moment, you can go on their search engine, you can leverage different models from different
Yeah,
AI vendors.
yeah.
Whereas obviously that's probably not going to help them here for Siri. I don't know, but
Well, we'll see. We'll see on that one, I think. Yeah, interested to see where that one goes. They've got to do something.
they have to do something. They're falling far behind here. Not to the point of they'll never catch up, but the capabilities. When you look at Google, I'm not suggesting Gemini is amazing, but they've got a march on them, haven't they?
But we'll be careful. We don't want to go full grok.
No. We don't
Or
want to go
Mecha
full
Hitler,
Yes.
as it's now known.
Go Google that one. Yeah. Talking of Apple, before we move on though, did you see that Jeff Williams has said he's going to retire?
No, I
So
had not.
Jeff Williams, after 27 years, he was, if you weren't, anybody doesn't know, COO of Apple, basically Tim Cook's right
Yeah,
hand man. And
wasn't he meant to be touted as being Tim Cook's replacement?
yeah, but he's 62 years old, and he's decided to retire. And instead, Sabi Khan, who is Apple's SVP of operations, will step
Yep.
up. Now, here's the interesting part about this. Sabi Khan has worked for Jeff Williams for many years in different roles and appears to have been in his succession planning for a long time. And every time Jeff has moved up, guess what? Sabi has followed
Yeah.
behind him. Sabi's been at Apple for 30 years and
Wow.
became SVP in 2019. And he's been running the global supply chain for the last 6 years. If you remember, where did Tim Cook come from?
Oh yeah, exactly. That was Tim Cook's job.
Yes, Freudian slip there.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, it's a bit of a change at the top there. So I don't suspect Tim's going to step down anytime soon.
No.
But because let's be honest, it's not retirement age is subjective, and he's as long as he's fit, healthy, and he can do the job, I suspect he will be in the role. I can't see him.
Well, exactly. I mean, the person we're going to speak to about next should probably have retired a long time ago.
Well, yes, indeed. So let's talk about the orange orangutan himself. So sorry, did that come out of my mouth?
Oops.
I'll never be allowed in America. Yes, so Trump reckons he's found a buyer for TikTok, isn't it? And according to him, I quote, a group of very wealthy people.
Look, this is from Trump, so I would take this with a healthy pinch of salt.
Well, it's not true.
Well, I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but track record. Yeah, we have a buyer for TikTok, by the way. He said during a Fox News interview back on June 29th. He goes on to say that I think I'll probably need China's approval. I think President Xi will probably do it. But he's obviously declined to share more details about the buyers. He said, look, he'll reveal their identities in 2 weeks. That's this Sunday for those keeping track. And still no news yet. I suspect we won't get any news come Sunday.
No. And I did see another did see another thing the other day saying that there was potentially going to be a US version of the app. That was in one of the other
Yes.
press releases I saw somewhere.
Yeah, no, I did see that one, and about how they split it, and is it a new app? Well, you have to migrate the users over. Are they just splitting it via region? And this all still relies on China saying yes, which I don't think it will.
No, I just to me it seems a little bit woolly again. Trump doesn't
Yeah,
it? And
well,
it's
just the
over.
fact in that same interview, he also said, look, he's open to Larry Ellison or Elon Musk buying TikTok. So the fact that he's apparently got lined up very wealthy people, but he's still open to offers from other people, means it's probably
Yeah,
not quite as clamped down as he's saying.
yeah. It's just it just makes you want to scream at the heavens and be like, somebody send some sense, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I just I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. I probably am. I'm
the
probably
truth,
asking.
probably yes.
Yeah, I'm probably asking
Talking
for
of
too much.
truth, though, Star Citizen,
Yes, Star
good old
Citizen
Star
indeed.
Citizen. So, as you mentioned earlier, still no sign of V1 being released, and this is despite 13 years and over $800 million in funding since the Kickstarter ended. But we do have some fantastic news. Cloud Imperium
Please.
Games, the guys that are doing it, have launched a referral program. That was the big news for this year. Apparently, according to the website, this will give you refreshed rewards ladder, revamped, sleeker interface, improved tracking tools, and overall fully rebuilt system. But it gets better. This new experience makes progress clearer and rewards more meaningful, frequent, and not to be missed. So, those rewards for getting all your friends to buy into Star Citizen, right? And this is just this sums up Star Citizen. The
Yep.
top level reward is a
Oh
new
god.
ship called the MISC Raptor. But they have stated, while it's been added to the reward track, it's still in development and will be delivered at a later date.
So you can't even get what you pay for.
No, you can't. So, I mean, it's true to form, isn't it?
I'm just.
Oh, dear God, man. Look, the bits I've seen of it, it does look really good, even in its alpha, remember? And the bits I've seen and the bits I've read, and it does look good, but I just can't buy into this. Not after 13 years and 800 million, and we're still in alpha. But once it actually goes V1, I'll go back, I'll take a look, and I'll make a decision at that point.
My brain is like, what? How is this not out yet? I mean, the amount of money they're selling is just bonkers, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just. It's not even like they've said, "Oh, we're really sorry, we've run out of cash," or "That's the problem holding up," because that's what normally happens, isn't it? You know, we've got a
Yeah, of
funding
course.
problem. Well, they're not short of cash at 800 million. It's just bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. I mean, this is going to be like this is either going to be Half-Life Episode 3, but the difference between those two is at least this one you can see some visuals.
Yeah, we can see something. You can fly a plane, a ship, sorry.
Or I mean, and I would argue you could almost say, was it a bit like Duke Nukem 3D? Again, we did get a game at the end of that, and that was terribly unplayable. The difference
Yeah.
here is that there is the bones of a game that you can play at the minute, can't you?
There is content there, yes.
But I don't know. After 13 years, you've either got to be the most die-hard fan or just completely and utterly.
It's taken so long. I've redone the visuals several times to keep it up to date, which has obviously added more delay.
Well, like he said, didn't he? Robert said, I promise you the gameplay I described is not a pipe dream," he was quoted saying, wasn't it? "Nor will it take 10 to 20 years to deliver." Hang on a minute. You've been at this for 13 years.
Oh, no. It was 10 to 20 years from when he said that last year, not from the beginning 13 years ago.
Okay.
So he's still got 20 years before he's lied to us.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Sorry, 19, because it was last year.
I'm going to go the other way around, though, and state that he's still taken 13 years to get to this point, and what have we achieved at this point? Now, I'm sure he'd argue he's achieved a lot. I disagree that we've achieved a lot.
He has achieved a lot. He's got big pockets full of cash.
Yeah, true, that he can walk away with right now, I suppose, yeah.
yeah, exactly. We're shutting up shop at some point when he gets bored of this one, and goodbye.
I mean, man, oh man.
But yeah.
Well, seriously, honest to head, God, what do you think at this point? I mean, have you had a look at it? Have you played it? I mean,
I've not played it.
I was tempted.
I've nearly bought it several times. I have been tempted because I've seen YouTube videos. I've seen some, I've seen some videos. I thought, yeah, I could buy into that. Just buy the basic package. But then I looked at 60 quid, and you know what'll happen. You're like, well, I want something else, and that's going to be another 20 quid and another 20 quid, and there's never end to this. And some of those ships are thousands of real pounds. And then I came to my senses. As I said, look, give me a V1 that's actually released and is I don't know, 70% of his vision.
Yeah,
An actual playable game, then I'd probably go, you know what, maybe we'll give this a go.
That is not where we are right now, is it? Let's be honest.
No, it's not. No, it's not at all.
Oh, God. Oh, well, on that note, it's probably time for... I mean,
right, Rumours.
In the rumour mill. I mean,
it could have been either way.
So this one, I'm quite impressed with this one. I would like to see what it's going to do. So come on, tee up the good people.
Ming Chi Kuo has been a busy boy these last couple of weeks. I've got rumours left, right, and centre. So yeah, we're going to start with, as you said, I'm quite excited about this one. Apple apparently aimed to launch an even more affordable MacBook model soon. Okay, it's another MacBook. But they're looking to base it on the A18 Pro rather than an M series, so they can cut the price. Maybe, as you I think mentioned off air, bit netbook like.
Yeah, I think this is going back to the 12-inch MacBook style, isn't it?
It's not going to be 12-inch though, unfortunately.
No, but in that product category, I would argue.
Yes, exactly. That was the cheaper. It was cheaper than an Air, wasn't it? It was a very thin 12-inch MacBook, just great for browsing the web. And I think that's going back to that, isn't it? Yeah. He's saying late this year or early next year it'll be released. It will have colourful casing options. Well, he said colourful casing options, then started with silver, but he also mentioned pink and yellow. So there are some colours there. It will be the same 13-inch screen design as the current Airs. Hasn't put a price down, though. What's the current Air started $999? So I don't know. $699, $799? I'm not sure how much cheaper we'll go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll drop below that. They've got to make money.
We're not talking $200 netbooks, are we? Like that? Yeah.
No.
Look, I think A18 Pro, which is what we currently got in our Pro iPhones now, are decent. I'm looking at Geekbench. What do you call them? Benchmarks. Yeah, 18 Pro is slightly behind the current base M4 and single threaded performance.
Okay.
And it's just over half the performance of an M4 on multi-core.
That makes sense. Again,
about the same as an M1.
Well, this is it. This is what I've been saying for years. Then the Apple A silicon is not that far off, is it? No, the M line, because there's got to be similarities between them.
And most users are going to be doing single-threaded, aren't they? They're going to be web browsing. It's not heavily multitasked. They're not doing 3D rendering and stuff on here, are they?
No. If you bought this, you're buying it because it's a low-end machine, or you have your budget's lower. I don't know, any one of these things,
It could have even better battery life than the Air.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's a sound idea. The end user, they won't know. They'll just see a cheaper entry to the Apple kingdom.
I think this is a very good starting point, and I would suspect if it's true, you put this with half a gig, 512, and I don't know what do you reckon RAM minimum of 16, isn't it? Probably
they'll do 16, I'm sure, or maybe a 12. What's the current chips have got 12, haven't they?
Yeah, but as a base model for, just like you say, web browsing, purely you're not doing anything locally on the machine. Bulk of your stuff is web browsing. This is a good little machine.
I suppose the only options I suspect you'll have are the colour and how much storage you'd like.
Yeah.
It'll be an 18 Pro, probably the same one from the phone, 12 gig of RAM, I reckon. And then, choose your colour and how much storage you like.
I'm impressed with this. I think this is a good idea, and I'm keen to see if Apple will pursue it.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Next one's up. We've got all the Visions. Okay.
Oh, yes. No.
So we're still expecting a new Vision Pro this year with an upgraded M5 chip.
That's right.
Which obviously hasn't been announced yet, but we're expecting that one. So that's still apparently on track, according to Ming Chi Kuo. But he's got a whole raft of other AR rumors. So he is speculating we're going to get what they call a Vision Air coming in 2027. 2028. He's saying Second half of
Beyond, yeah,
2027, we'll
okay.
begin production. We'll call that early 2028. Apparently, it's going to be 40% lighter than the current Pro, a significantly lower price point. And to do that, they're going to be using the A series chipset. So, same kind of thing as the new Max. Yeah. But it's going to be based on the one in that year's iPhone 19 Pro.
Okay.
It's the same.
All right,
Okay.
makes sense.
It'll have fewer sensors, plastic instead of glass, magnesium instead of aluminium, and likely to drop the weird eye thing on the front that shows your eyes,
Oh,
along with
yes.
the internal. I'm not
haven't
sure. He didn't
noticed
say
that.
whether we keep the internal camera or not because it still does eye tracking. So probably keep the camera, but not the displays on the front.
Look. I'll be honest with you. I'm still keen. I want to play with this. I still haven't got around to using one. I should probably go into the shop and have a look at one.
We should do. We should do an outing.
I really want to go have a play on one of these, and if they do a cheaper one, I might be tempted.
But what is significantly lower price point if you're starting at $3,500?
That, sir, is the $64,000.
It's 50% off at $1,750. Is that a significantly lower price point? But that's still a high price point.
Still a very high price point, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. We will see in 2027 apparently. But also we're looking at a new Vision Pro, a completely new one in 2028. They said so. Continue to use the M series chipset, entirely new design, significantly lighter, but aiming for a lower price than today's Vision Pro.
I mean, that means based on those timings, they've already built it.
Yeah, they've already done this one, and there's more. There's more. He is saying we should get our first smart glasses. Now, this is different from the AR glasses I'm going to speak to later, but these are similar to the Ray-Ban Meta's Ray-Ban glasses.
Oh, okay.
So it will have cameras, microphone, speakers. You can use it for phone calls, music, live translations, turn-by-turn directions, multimodal AI. So think, what do they call it? Visual intelligence.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's got some kind of small screen in it to relay that kind of stuff.
Look, again, if they do prescription on this, you up for it?
Potentially. Yeah. I mean, this is the weird one, though. So a new Apple-designed chipset based on the S-series chips from the Apple Watch.
Are they that powerful?
I don't know. It's a new one, so it's going to be an upgraded one, but based on that high efficiency of the S-series chips.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, yeah, I suppose
because it's going to be complete self-contained within the glasses, and it's meant to be like a pair of sunglasses or whatever.
It's probably not doing as much as you think, is it? I suppose. Yeah.
No, and that's saying May ship date of May 2026. So that is quite soon.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've read that wrong. It may ship late 2026, not in May 2026. It might ship late.
Yes.
So it might be a little earlier and here at the tail end of 2026.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
Weird one. So, but he's also about what we call display glasses. This is the one that's meant to be powered by your phone. So this is apparently on pause because this is what we originally talked about when we talked about AR glasses. But he's differentiated the true AR glasses and the display glasses.
That's right, because these were like a display extension, weren't they?
Yeah, these were like AR glasses that use your phone to power them as the CPU and that lot. But apparently that's on pause because it seriously affected the phone's battery life. They then pivot it to being Mac powered, so it's at your desk. But apparently the glasses performed poorly during reviews with executives, so that's on hold for now. Not cancel, just hold.
On hold, okay.
And the big one we all want, the true AR glasses, is apparently scheduled for 2028, along with that new Vision Pro.
Do you think there's going to be like 28's the year of AR, VR?
Yeah. Production begins late 2028. So again, we can call that 2029 really. But apparently they're going to use LCOS displays with waveguides, and this is basically they're LCD micro displays. It's the same kind of tech they used in HoloLens, the Magic Leap headsets, Snaps, their spectacles.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, all their latest development kit anyway. And Meta also plan to use it for their first true AR glasses. I know Quo was saying Apple are working on micro LED displays, which will have high brightness and very low power draw, and they've actually got a secretive facility working on that one. But he doesn't think they'll be ready in time.
I like that. Secret.
But that's it. That was a lot of airs and visions.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff coming out, isn't it? If it's true.
I know.
If it's true. I mean,
If it's
so
true.
I mean that's going to be an expensive year. What do you buy?
Oh, I don't know. Well, apparently the iPhone Fold's about to go into production. That wasn't on my rumor thing, but I did see it before coming on saying they're about to start mass production on the phone, of the Fold,
I'm still,
ready for next year.
I'm
That's
unsure
my
on
one.
that.
I'm not getting a new phone this year. I want the
No, no,
Fold
no,
next year.
no. I'm again. It's the skip to next year, isn't it? So
Yeah, yeah, I want the Fold next year. Or I at least want to hold it in my hands and have a look before deciding, because I'm very tempted by it. Anyway, talking of expensive stuff, we also
yes,
have our good friend Copite 7 Kimmy. He is back with more Nvidia rumors.
him of him of many rumors.
Yes. So this is some interesting ones. Okay, so we've only just really had the 5070 and the 5070 Ti out, but he's saying shortly we'll be getting super versions of each of those ones, and not big upgrades, but still big upgrades, kind of. Right. So let's start with the 5070 Super. Okay. Apparently, it's going to have more shaders, so 6,400 up from 6,100 odd. But the big bit really is all about the memory. They're going to be moving to 3 GB Samsung chips. So the current 5070 has 12 gig of VRAM on it. The new one, apparently, it's going to keep the same 192-bit bus, GDR7, but have 18 gig of VRAM. And only have an extra 25 watts of power.
Yeah.
18
Okay.
gig. So that's
What do I
a
buy
nice size for anyone, yeah? 275 watts, so up 25 watts from the non-super version. Even more interesting, though, the 5070 Ti Super. Same number of cores as the current Ti, but faster clock speeds, apparently. And a bump from 16 gig of RAM to 24 gig of RAM.
Oh, nice.
And an extra 350 watts rather than 300. Okay, so let's see why I find this interesting. So he didn't mention about the 5080 Super. We've heard 5080 Super is also going to get a bump to 24 gig of RAM. But if you're doing it 5070 Ti Super with 24, are you going to stay on 24? Is it going to be someone between 24 and the top end 32?
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, the 5080s have got a lot more grunt than the 5070s. They got full dies, they're different dies with many more cores and processing units. So having the same in the current generation, the 5070 and the 5080 have the same 16 gig of VRAM. So it might not be, but it means that if the 5070 Ti Super comes out with 24 gig of VRAM, we're definitely going to get 24 gig minimum on the 5080 Super.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Look, I don't know about you, but I'm still in the market for a new graphics card.
So am I.
And this 5070 Ti does look.
And even the 5070, jumping you from, because you've got 8 gig of VRAM on your 3070, haven't you?
So
jumping to 18
would be one hell of a upgrade.
Yeah, but I think you'd be better with a Ti Super.
Yeah. The thing we haven't got here, of course, is
pricing.
Ka-ching.
This is the ching. So it's going to be more. I don't have the pricing of the 5070s on, but we were talking about this before, weren't we? Because I was thinking, quite tempted. I can't justify the price of a 5090 which is a minimum £1,800.
No.
Okay, more likely 2,000. That's just insane. But the 5080 is 999, but it only has 16 gig of RAM. And I'm coming from a 3090. I want at least 24. So I think the 5080 Super would be the ideal one for me. But where does that sit? That's the question. If it's 1,200, well, it's still a lot of money, and I'm just going to have to think hard about it. That's a lot more doable than 1,800. And look, the 3090s are still selling on eBay for 600. Yeah. So realistically, that's just 600 to me. If it's 1,200, I just sell the 3090 and yeah, why not?
Well, on the day you do it, the prices will drop.
Of course, it'll plummet. I'll get about 50p for it.
It's starting to come to the point where we're going to have to make a decision soon.
Yeah. Look, yes. Don't get me wrong. I don't need a new one. My 3090 is still quite a beast. I would just like to take advantage of the newer technologies.
I need a new one because
you need a new one.
I need a new graphics card.
Yeah.
It's helped me massively, but I need to get now a better card for DCS and other stuff. And
you need more VRAM, 100%.
You need more VRAM, especially playing Grey Zone Warfare.
And DCS.
And Flight Sim. And flight sim. We won't talk about flight sim right now.
No, okay.
So yeah, that's I need to upgrade my RAM massively. So look, I'm all for this. I just want to know when they're going to announce it, so I can, look where I can put my money down.
So I could chuck some money at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that was all the rumours for today.
I think it was. That's probably a good place for us to wrap up then. So we'll be back next week. We have a scheduled recording session in the diary next week. So we'll be back with all the latest news. Maybe we'll even have a TikTok decision by then. I mean, I know it's asking for a lot, but it is possible.
No.
Of course, please tell your friends about us. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts from, including YouTube as well. Please leave us a review. Give us 5 stars if you think it's that good. If you don't think it was that good, don't give us any stars. It's much better that way. So with that, I've been Jay.
I've been Karl. Have a good one, all.